All right, let's talk a little bit about sandpaper. So when we're all done with our project, we're gonna sand it, okay? You can sand at different stages along the way, but generally wait till the very end, right before you put on stain and polyurethane to sand. Okay, excuse the noise in the background. I'm in the factory here at safety speed. But it's gonna be a dusty process. I'd recommend you grab a file and clean up all of your edges very, very lightly, no muscle for the file first. That'll ease the edges and then move on to sandpaper. Sandpaper is rated at different grits, okay? I recommend starting low and then going high as far as the number on the back. So right here, I've got a piece of 120 sandpaper, and I've been sanding this for a little bit actually this morning. And so I'm actually at the 120 stage, and I feel this would be a good time to shut down and show you. But I generally start 80 and go to 120 and then 220 to finish it off. You can go in different steps along the way, but generally that's what I found a lot of shops do. I've been making furniture and cabinets for a long time. It's worked out just fine, whether I'm staining it or painting the project itself. So when I'm sanding, I'm going to use a random orbit sander. That's going to be good for the great big surfaces, the tabletop, the surface of the leg. For some of those places that are kind of harder to get, some of these nooks and crannies in here, sometimes it's just folding a piece in half so you've got that straight edge so you can work inside of those nooks and crannies and whatnot. Okay. Hang on to this sheet. Believe it or not, these sheets of sandpaper are kind of expensive, so don't be wasting them too much. We try to reuse them as much as we can. But when we're sanding, we're not pushing down hard on our sander. This is actually weighted a specific amount. They actually put weights in the top of here so that the amount of pressure that this is, just as it sits, is exactly the amount of pressure needed for it. Now, I just did it myself, but especially when you've got the beautiful inside down, try to have a rug or a soft piece of wood underneath, and don't be shifting it around more than you need to. Okay. When we sand, we're going to go with the grain. I'm going to try not to bend over with the orbital sander any of the edges. Okay, I'm going to keep it flat on the surfaces as much as I can because I'm going to hit every part of the surface with each sanding grit. Maybe 80, I would say, way away from the corners, especially on veneered projects. You do not want to sand through some of these projects. In fact, I did that on purpose here on the back side of this coffee tabletop. If you zoom in, you can see I'll put a close-up shot in here, but you do not want to be sanding through here with our pieces. That's kind of it. Woodworker trick I was told is that you can take a pencil, not a pen, pencil, put the marks on there, and once all that graphite is gone with 80 grit, that's when you step up. The 220 grit, excuse me, your next size grit after 80 is 120. Okay, sand off that graphite from the pencil, rewrite it, put on 220. And then we're done sanding. This takes some time, so put some earbuds in, enjoy some music, focus in, because this is one of the most important stages before we go to actually finish and put standard polyurethane on. So any questions, come see me, reach out, let me know.